Washington School of Law. I think this is a class ready to graduate. It's my pleasure to welcome you tonight. I'm Kelly Testy, the Tony Rimby Dean and Professor of Law. It is such a great honor to welcome our graduates, to welcome all of our friends and family, our great Husky family, to this graduation ceremony, and to be the first one tonight to say congratulations, UW Law Class of 2017. We are so proud of our graduates and so thankful to all the support that their family and friends have provided to each of them through these years. This ceremony is something we look forward to all year, and we're eager to show our graduates how proud we are of them and all that they've accomplished. I want to begin our ceremony tonight by introducing the Faculty of Law. Faculty colleagues, please stand. Please join me in recognizing Thank you for recognizing our faculty. They are such an amazing group of talented leaders, and I'm so thankful for their expertise and what wonderful colleagues they are. I also want to take a moment to recognize our devoted librarians and staff members. Join in thanking them as well. Thank you. They are vital partners on our educational excellence, and they all thank you, everyone. I take a special moment tonight to recognize 4 members of our community who are moving on to different careers. And so I'd like to ask them to each stand and be recognized as I call your name. Professor Greg Hicks, Professor Sarah Kautsounis, and Assistant Dean Michelle Storms, and Professor Bill Rogers. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'm going to take a moment of Dean privilege and ask Professor Rogers to please come down and join me for a moment on the stage. Professor Rogers, thank you. Professor Rogers is retiring this year, and I know our graduates know Professor Rogers and his leadership in environmental law. This is the person who pretty much founded the field of environmental law and has done more than anyone I know in this world to do all he can to advance environmental justice in the world and to address climate change. And he shared with me tonight, thank you. He shared with me tonight that this is his 50th UW Law graduation. Is that amazing? It's amazing. And so in recognizing this extraordinary career, I'm presenting him with the Dean's Medal from the University of Washington School of Law and thanking you for everything you have been and done for this law school. We look forward to you continuing your very strong association.
Thank you. Can I say a few words? Should I say anything?
No, well, let's see. Thank you, Ron. All right. You got a standing ovation. Graduates, it's my honor to be able to share a short message tonight with you. And so as we celebrate this day, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. And that's a story about William H. Gates Sr. As you know, Bill Gates Sr., our law school is named for him, and he's one of our most distinguished graduates. Now, there may be 1 or 2 of you in the audience who are thinking, doesn't he have a son? Sure, but that's not who I'm talking about here. I'm talking about one of the finest lawyers, a true epitome of a leader for the global common good in Bill Gates Sr. And I want to tell you a little story about one day when he was sitting in the Gates Foundation. This is in the older building before it moved. And he was having his lunch. And the staff always liked to leave him a little privacy and little room to enjoy some quiet time while he had his soup and salad. And they noticed that all of a sudden he got up from his lunch and he walked into his office kind of slowly. And everyone kind of looked at him and thought a number of things, including, wow, I hope when I'm 80-something, I'm still working and moving around like that. And they thought, I wonder where he's going. And pretty soon he came back into the lunchroom, and he had a wooden yardstick in his hand. And people were still puzzled. I wonder what Bill Sr.'s doing. And who has a yardstick in their office these days? And they saw him get down on his hands and knees, and he started fishing around underneath a cooler that had Cokes and other kinds of beverages in it. And pretty soon he had pulled out a can of Coke from underneath that machine. And he stood up then, and he walked over to the sink, and he rinsed it off, and he walked back to the cooler and put it back in where it belonged. And then he went down and sat down again and proceeded to have his lunch. And at that point, one of the staff members really couldn't wait anymore and walked over and said, you know, Bill Sr., there are probably no fewer than 300 of us in this building who would have done that for you. And he said to them, I know, but I'm the one who saw the problem, and so it was my responsibility to do something about it. I'm the one who saw the problem, and so it was my responsibility to do something about it. What I want to share with you tonight, graduates, for my message to you, is when you see something in the world that needs your attention, that needs to be addressed, it's your responsibility to do something about it. And I want to ask you throughout your careers to step up and do that. There are many times when it's sometimes easier to just stay where we are and not to make change and to be content and decide that what we've done is maybe enough. But when you see things that need to be addressed in our world, I want you to know it's your responsibility to do something about it. I also want you to know that we believe in your ability to do so. You have impressed us in every way, and you now have a degree from one of the finest law schools in this world. You're empowered. That's right. Absolutely. You are empowered to make a difference, and we know that you can, and we're going to trust you to do that. I have many times myself reflected upon Bill Gates Sr.'s advice to, when I see something that needs attention, have it be my responsibility to do something about it. I want to pass that on to you and ask that you do the same. So stay connected with one another, with us, and with the love of justice that brought you here to study law in the first place. And know that we very much believe in you and your ability to be leaders for the global common good in whatever career direction you take. I'm proud of you, graduates. Congratulations. I am pleased to now introduce our faculty speaker, and it's a great honor for me to do that. Our faculty speakers chosen by you, by our graduates, to address us this evening, and that is Professor Anita Ramasastry. Professor Anita Ramasastry is an expert in the fields of anti-corruption, commercial law, sustainable development, and business and human rights. She directs our graduate program in sustainable international development. She has a BA and a JD from Harvard and an MA from the University of Sydney. And her career includes service as a senior advisor to the Department of Commerce and a special attorney and advisor to a special claims resolution tribunal in Zurich. She has also served as the chair of the executive committee of the National Uniform Law Commission. She is the first woman of color to hold that prestigious position in the commission's long history. Absolutely. Professor Ramasastry has also received our teaching awards many times, as well as been honored by the university for its university-wide Distinguished Teaching Award. She's also received the university's Outstanding Public Service Award for her work focused on domestic violence. I'm delighted, class, that you chose Professor Ramasastry as your speaker, and I welcome her to the lectern.
Thank you, Dean Testi, and it's my job to be brief but profound, so let me see if I can. Dean Testi, Dean Designate Krug, distinguished guests, colleagues, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2017. Really, cheer. Woo! Congratulations. Let me begin by saying what a privilege it has been to have taught you and worked with you at the University of Washington School of Law. Both my JD students and my LLM and PhD students, your energy, your creativity, and your desire to make meaningful impacts are visible in the classroom and far beyond. I also thank our wonderful faculty. You, students, are taught by some of the best minds, but also truly exceptional teachers, such as Professors Calandrillo and Porter, recent winners of the University Distinguished Teaching Award. There's more cheers to be had for the faculty, so we are also fortunate to have exceptional newcomers, including Professors Cesaro, Gardner, and Cimini, who have infused our classrooms with fresh ideas and inclusive perspectives. To the families, friends, and others who have supported you, I also thank you and congratulate you for your significant contributions in making this day possible for your graduates. And to our student leaders, a huge thank you. For those of you who served as leaders on our law journals, Moot Court Honor Board, Student Societies, PILA, and the Student Bar Association, thank you for your tireless efforts to support community building and student life at the school. And for those of you who champion diversity and inclusion at the school, thank you for your perseverance and for fostering dialogue on this vital issue. Leadership is about serving others, and I truly believe that we have many exceptional leaders in the class of 2017. You often work tirelessly without public recognition, but we do notice your contributions daily and admire you for them. I want you to reflect just for a moment on how you all fit into a changing world. As you leave Gates Hall, you enter a world full of grand challenges such as global warming, racial disparity, income inequality, redefined trade, and new frontiers of law and technology that will change our societies, something Professor Caleb reminds us of with his pioneering work on the law of robots. In tackling these challenges, I ask you to think about a concept that I believe unites us all, no matter what your own belief system or from which country you hail. This is the idea of the rule of law. Consider the following: a recent financial crisis and crash on Wall Street, a war over oil in the Middle East and the Gulf, major global events focused on a wall that divides nations, students protesting for greater diversity and inclusion in the law school, including more faculty of color, controversy over a Supreme Court nomination, public concern over global supply chains and child and slave labor in the garment sector, police brutality against African Americans caught on film, trade at the top of the US agenda. Does this sound like the headlines from the past 3 years of your time in Gates Hall? Perhaps. Indeed it might, but in fact this is a summary of some of the key events that happened while I was in law school 25 years ago. Here were my headlines. At my law school, students and faculty protested actively over the lack of diversity, including among faculty. Professor Derek Bell resigned from my school in protest, since Harvard had never hired a tenured woman of color. Hearings were held when Anita Hill had come forward with charges of sexual harassment against Clarence Thomas, then a nominee for the US Supreme Court. Rodney King was brutally beaten by LA police officers, and it was caught on tape. Kathy Lee Gifford and Nike were publicly shamed with respect to their products being made with child and sweatshop labor in developing countries. The first Wall Street crash of the late 1980s occurred as Wall Street invested in risky new products. The Berlin Wall fell as East Germans cried for democracy, and NAFTA was ratified by the US and went into force. So why do I mention these things? I do because many of these same issues are front and center in the news today. The headlines remain the same, yet different. As you start your legal career, many major challenges remain at home and globally that you will be called to respond to as a member of the legal profession. You will be asked in different ways, whether as a lawyer representing companies focused on trade, as a legislator trying to deal with criminal justice reform, as an advocate defending fair wages for workers, an environmental lawyer addressing climate change, or a solo practitioner who may be assisting immigrant communities or small businesses impacted by policy reform. While it may seem disheartening to think that many problems exist, we also see progress. I think back on the major issues from my law school days and see how clearly lawyers were needed to help preserve the rule of law and to help keep government and society in balance when crises emerge and responses are needed. Some of you will take action in the courts, others in the legislature, still others by ensuring that your clients have a voice and are represented well in the legal system. Keep the rule of law as a guiding part of your own legal work. Lawyers keep society on course. Rule of law can be defined as the principle whereby all members of a society, including those in government, are considered equally subject to publicly disclosed legal codes and processes. No one is above the law. Supreme Court Justice Neil M. Gorsuch recently discussed the rule of law. He extolled the virtues of judicial independence and praised a legal system in which government can lose in its own courts. According to Freedom House, rule of law and freedom in the world has declined for 11 years in a row. The rule of law is not on the rise, and so we must remain vigilant. When I finished my law school, I went to Budapest, Hungary, to begin my career teaching at a new university founded by Hungarian financier and philanthropist George Soros. He wanted to promote a world-class university in Eastern Europe to promote values of civic freedom in post-socialist Europe. I began my career working on rule of law in newly democratic countries. That university is now more than 20 years old and is now under threat from the current government in Hungary who wants it closed. So I ask each of you to think of your own role in promoting the rule of law. This is a concept that binds us together. You can make law, change law, uphold law, critique law, and use law as a tool. Remember, use the law to speak truth and to promote justice. At the law school, I am so honored that we have many initiatives that focus on upholding the rule of law. Professors Catherine Watts and Seneca Knudsen taught a timely and innovative course this year on presidential powers. Our excellent clinics, such as the Race and Justice Clinic, the Human Rights Clinic, and the Environmental and Legislative Advocacy Clinics, challenge existing legal norms and work on reforms to make governments more responsible and accountable. Professor Zhang and Labardi and other excellent comparative law faculty ask us to consider comparative legal systems as we contemplate the rule of law. We were pleased this year to partner with the World Justice Project, founded by former Microsoft General Counsel and ABA President Bill Newcomb, to offer a new course on the rule of law. I'll end now by quoting Dwight D. Eisenhower, who stated that the clearest way to show what rule of law means to us in everyday life is to recall what has happened when there is no rule of law. We should strive for the rule of law, and when we feel it is slipping away, remember our role in correcting the course. Whether we are UW Law alumni in Bellingham or in Afghanistan, we each are leaders for the global common good. In closing, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much, Professor Ramasastry. We are so fortunate to have your advocacy for the rule of law. Please join me in congratulating Anita again for that wonderful address. Thank you. Our class, in addition to choosing faculty speakers, also chooses student speakers. And so it's my pleasure now to introduce the two student speakers we have this evening. The graduates have selected two speakers, one from the JD class and one from the graduate class. And I'd like to begin by introducing our JD graduate speaker, Francisco Carriedo. Thank you. Mr. Carriedo is one of our Gates Public Service Law Scholars, and his experience living in a community of undocumented Mexican immigrants in the Yakima Valley molded his work ethic and inspired him to pursue a career as an attorney. At the law school, he's been an amazing student, an amazing leader with a great passion for trial advocacy. He's received many awards, including today you saw being elected to the Order of the Barristers, and he's also received the Justice Charles Z. Smith Student Service Award. Next year, thank you. Next year, he will be clerking for Judge Stan Bastian at the United States District Court in Yakima, returning to his community to serve in a new way. Please join me in welcoming Francisco to the lectern.
Thank you, Dean Testy, for that wonderful introduction. Funny story, when I graduated high school, my classmates selected me teacher's worst nightmare. So it's safe to say we made some progress. Oportunidad. Opportunity. That's what my parents were looking for when they first came to this country. Opportunity. And like most immigrant families in the Yakima Valley, my parents found that opportunity as farm workers. With a bucket in one hand and a ladder in the other, they spent their days picking the fruit that makes its way to dinner tables all across the country. I was only 6 years old when I was out there with them, working, picking the fruit from the lower hanging tree limbs. I remember we used to treat it as a game. My mother would tell me, "Nomás acabamos este bin de manzana y nos vamos al juego de fútbol. Let's just finish this bin of apples and then I'll take you to your soccer game." Sure enough, I hustled, and sure enough, she took me to my soccer game. But as hard as we tried to make it fun, it wasn't fun. Farm labor is back-breaking work, but it's noble work. I grew up watching men, women, and children do this noble work. And in exchange, they were paid pennies and treated like second-class citizens. I grew up watching the way the law treated immigrants and immigrant farm workers, and I wanted to do something about it. As Dean Testy just mentioned, I saw something in the world, and I felt a responsibility to do something about it. And I think that's why many of us came to law school in the first place, to help people, to develop the skills, the tools, the knowledge needed to effectuate a change we wanted to see in the world. And it was here, at the University of Washington School of Law, where we were given the opportunity to do just that. And it was long, and it wasn't easy. I think we all remember what first year was like. Or maybe you don't remember. I don't. I definitely put that so far deep into the back of my mind. As Ryan Jones would say, it was like walking into a buzzsaw. But I don't want to focus on our struggles today. Today we celebrate our success. Class of 2017, take a look around and let this moment sink in. All of your hard work, dedication, persistence has brought us here, where we sit in this beautiful venue with these beautiful people in the stands, feeling that beautiful feeling of accomplishment. Class of 2017, we made it. And this journey, this experience, it wasn't the same for all of us, nor should we pretend it was. But there is something that we share in this experience, something that we've found in our 3 years. A community. A community that has made this journey special for all of us. The professors who challenged us, inspired us, and believed in us and our ability to be great. For me, it was people like Professor Lombardi, Professor Mary Fan, people like Professor Bailey, who taught me that authenticity is the key to persuasion. At a time when people talked about fake it till you make it, Professor Bailey reminded me of the importance in being myself. To the staff who were always available to support us in any way they could. People like Ann Spangler, who's just an absolutely incredible human being. The librarians, custodians, and of course, the students. You all. Now, to be honest, can I be honest? To be honest, when we first started this journey, I struggled to find my place. I did not look like you all. I did not speak like you all. Very often I found myself feeling like I did not belong. But over time I got a chance to meet you all. I mean, really meet you all. When I heard your stories, your passions, your drives, the reasons why you put up with the headaches, the stress, the debt that is law school. And it reminded me of why I came. And it was over time that you helped me realize this is exactly where I belonged, with you all. And here we are today, at the end of one chapter in our lives and at the beginning of the next. Class of 2017, we're no longer law students. We will become the lawyers, judges, maybe even so-called judges of tomorrow. But if that joke tells us anything, it's that we're living in a time of great uncertainty. For many of us and many of the communities that we care about most, a time of great fear. And it's for that reason, class of 2017, that we're graduating with an especially unique opportunity. An opportunity to bring our best intellectual resources to the issues and communities we care about most. An opportunity to create with intention and refuse to compromise. An opportunity to feel confident that our work and process has the potential to evoke a more just world. And I know I'm running out of time, but I'll leave you with this. Class of 2017, we're joining a legal profession and a justice system that we know is far from perfect. One that carries with it deep and enduring legacies of racial exclusion, inequity, and violence. So we have a decision to make. We can either benignly hold up that which is, or we can seize this opportunity and push towards that which could be, that which ought to be, to push towards a justice system rooted in equity, fairness, and human dignity. That is the opportunity we have, the one we share, an opportunity I hope we can take advantage of. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Francisco. I'd like to ask you to join me one more time in making very clear that you belong in the law. Yes. Thank you. It's my pleasure now to introduce our second student speaker, and this comes from our graduate students. I'm delighted to introduce to you Natalie Cheket-Aular. And thank you. Natalie received her JD from Santa Maria University and practiced law in Venezuela before her political situation forced her to look for a better future in Seattle. While working locally as an advocate for domestic violence survivors, she saw a need she could fill with an advanced law degree and entered our general LLM program. During that time, she's been a stellar student at UW Law School, serving as a graduate student representative for the SBA and in many other student organizations, including serving on the editorial board of the Washington International Law Journal. She now works at Black Law PLLC, where she helps immigrants obtain post-conviction relief. Following graduation, Natalie will continue this work as she prepares for the bar exam, all the while raising her two daughters. Please join me in welcoming Natalie to the lectern.
Good evening, Dean Testi, member of the faculty, friend of the University of Washington School of Law, and my fellow graduates. So where are all the graduates of the class of 2017? Let's all your family and friends hear you here one more time, please. Well, graduate, we finally did it. And it was not easy. And when I said that, I don't mean only the struggle of trying to catch up with reading more than 200 pages a week, the memos, and decoding the Blue Book. I am talking about the great sacrifice that you and your loved ones have made. Now the day has finally come, and to all of our dear husbands, wives, children, friends, and family that gave us endless love and support, thank you very much. If it wasn't because of all of you, we couldn't be here today. For many of you, it has been a very interesting year. Long gone is the cultural shock of the first quarter living in Seattle. Now you know that people were not kidding about the rain here, right? My experience as an LLM student was amazing. I fell in love with the school instantly. My course selection was very exciting for me. One class I remember dearly was constitutional law because it was one of the biggest and diverse classes. Professor Falvey was always so interested in each of us and our culture. He asks us every week to share with him about the things that we find strange about the US. And students say things like, Americans love their country and their constitution, but not their government. People like to drive places 200 meters away instead of walking. Or, like, you have to be super enthusiastic when talking to people, kind of in like a cheerleader style. Thinking back of the moment when I first considered applying to the LLM program, I remember reading about the application process. One requirement was to write a statement of purpose. I remember reading that this institution has a strong commitment to public service and that during the selection process, the admission committee will evaluate how I was planning to use this degree to contribute to the global common good after graduation. And I have to confess, I was extremely scared and intimidated by that committee. How can I impress and get them to accept me in the program? When I left my country and I moved here, I wanted to reinvent myself. I didn't want to do anything with the law anymore after my experience as a law clerk at the Supreme Court of the Public Affairs in Venezuela. It was hard for me to understand that I was being forced to leave my country and that at that moment I have to fit all my life in 2 bags weighing 50 pounds or less. But in any case, I did it. I moved here knowing very little English, and I started from zero. I worked different jobs that helped me to adapt to the new culture, and one of those jobs was a Washington State certified interpreter. One day I had a client, and she had an appointment with her attorney, and this case was a pro bono case. She was a domestic violence survivor and was facing the possibility of having the custody of her children removed because she allowed her perpetrator to pick up the children on Fridays and bring them back on Sunday. The attorney was very frustrated with her and was scolding her about how bad the judge will see this. She was scared and lost. The attorney left for a minute the office, and the client turned to me, sobbing and devastated. She told me, I didn't know it was wrong. He is a bad husband, but he's a good father. That moment struck me. I saw in her a very rural cultural problem, and that problem was putting her in a dilemma with the American legal system. Because for her, he could be multiple guys, but for the American legal system, he was not. I saw the need right there of a native Spanish-speaker attorney who can help people like her to navigate the American legal system. Then I thought about her while writing my statement of purpose, and I came to the conclusion that when you work to improve behavior that affect not only individuals, but also communities, you are working for the common good. Since I left my country, my rule of law was, I cannot forget where I came from because where I came from, it will help me to get where I want to be. And it is okay to feel scared, but it's important to always remember that fear can't stop me. And it didn't stop me for leaving my country, learn a new language, and start all over again. After all, falling is the opportunity of practicing how to get up and becoming better after every time you do so. That is why I said to you today, don't ever let fear stop you. You can certainly do whatever you want in life, no matter how old are you. But please, don't forget always working together with your community for the global common good, especially now when we have many global challenges such as poverty, climate change, and economic crisis, all problems that global community must face collectively. But in order to do so successfully, we need to engage in a continued multicultural dialogue on alternative approaches to development that are ethical, justifiable, political, acceptable, and ecological sustainable. Today, I finally find my voice as a professional. I felt empowered by many professors and faculty members. I now feel I have a duty to give back to my community and help those who are less privileged. I certainly recognize that while we don't have a perfect legal system, there is still, you guys here have check and balance. And we saw that when the now president tried to test how far he could go, and our amazing Washington State Attorney General and his team stopped him immediately. This amazing opportunity also gave me an invaluable experience of meeting the most fascinating people. I learned here that common good will always point towards the possibility of security and justice, and that can be achieved only through a collective action, an active participation in the public realm of the legal system and public service. I also learned in depth about common good when I met amazing people like Isato Jallo, who wants to eradicate the practice of female genital mutilation, Francis Cairo, who is leading the fight against corruption in Kenya, Francis Bain, who is vigorously representing indigenous children in Australia, or Aida Joaquin Acosta, who is trying to find alternative methods for regulating new technologies in order to adapt them to the public administration. And I'm just mentioning a few of the brilliant minds who came to our school to learn how to improve behavior that affect not only individuals but also community. A commitment to the common good recognizes that community as a whole benefit from this kind of service from which everyone contributes. I now like to conclude my speech by paying my respect for all the brave citizens of my native country, Venezuela, who are fighting a disproportional fight against a government, Nicolás Maduro, for more than 60 days, after their Supreme Court moved to dissolve the country's Congress in order to establish a government dictatorship. To my Venezuelan peers, don't give up because a better government will soon come to you. Venezolanos, no desmayen y sigan luchando, que el camino puede ser largo, pero la recompensa va a ser extraordinaria. Finally, I would like to extend my personal gratitude to Dr. Dana Rydrowski and Professor Mary Hotchkiss. Thank you for your unconditional support and devotion to all the students. Professor Angelica Cházaro, thank you very much for empowering me my interest in immigration law. And with your permission, I would like to give a special thanks to my lovely husband and my lovely husband Druso and my sister Estefania, my amazing daughters Fernanda Melia and Fabiola Alejandra. Thanks to you all, I am standing here today. You are the reason why I breathe every day. And to my mother, who throughout her impartiality and honesty as a judge in Venezuela, showing me the importance of the common good. Los amo a todos con toda la fuerza de mi ser. Thank you all for this amazing opportunity. Congratulations, class of 2017, and let's keep contributing to the global common good.
Natalie, your resilience and your bravery are inspirational to all of us. Thank you so much for those remarks. Please join me in thanking both student speakers once again. Thank you. I have the pleasure at this time of thanking the class of 2017, first for its generosity. So many of you have given back already to the law school by making financial contributions, by pledging time that you'll be giving to the school to judge moot court. We're so impressed by your generosity. And you can see from these wonderful speakers that are just two of our graduates how amazing this class is. In your program today, you will see listed a number of awards that we've given outside of this ceremony, and just the many of our students who not only excel in the classroom, but in so many activities within the law school. So class, let me again say thank you. I am so impressed by you and grateful for your dedication. I want to acknowledge now two students from your class who received this year what's known as the Dean's Medal for the class of 2017. This is a special recognition that looks at the unity of both academic excellence in the classroom and also a very strong overall contribution to student life. And I want to ask each of the recipients to please stand while I say a couple words about you. The 2 awards go to first Asti Galina and second to Caesar Kalinowski. Please stand. I'm so pleased to recognize these 2 students tonight. Asti graduated with a BA in political science from Washington State, having grown up in Eastern Washington and having taught with Teach for America. She served during law school as the managing editor on the Washington Law Review and also as a member of our Moot Court Honor Board. She served as a legal writing fellow and was of great help to her peers in that role. And as an outstanding student, you may have seen her in the news earlier this year for her volunteer work at the airport supporting immigrant rivals with visa issues. Thank you, Asti. After graduating, Asti will be clerking first for U.S. District Court Judge Salvador Mendoza during the coming term, 17-18, and then she'll join Ninth Circuit Judge Ronald Gould during the 18-19 term. Asti, congratulations. And I am equally delighted to recognize Caesar Kalinowski, who graduated with a BA in Intelligence Studies from the American Military University. He grew up in a blue-collar neighborhood outside Chicago and then enlisted in the Marine Corps after high school, serving for 10 years and being deployed multiple times. At UW Law School, he led the Military Law Association. He served on the Moot Court Honor Board and supported the admissions office as a student ambassador, among other activities. He also co-founded the UW Law weightlifting team, which is known very, very cleverly known as biceps ipsa loquitur. It's a law school joke, yeah. Caesar will be clerking for Judge Richard Tolman on the Ninth Circuit next year. Please join me in congratulating Caesar Kalinowski. And now we move to the part of the program that you've really been waiting for. Our Associate Dean, Scott Schumacher, will introduce each program. So I would like to ask you to please join me in welcoming Associate Dean Scott Schumacher to recognize our candidates for degrees in the School of Law. You need that.
Dean Testi, I'm pleased to announce that we have 8 PhD recipients in the class of 2017. The University of Washington is among a few select law schools to offer a PhD in law, and I believe we have the oldest. This distinguished program educates leading U.S. and international legal scholars and policymakers. The Doctor of Philosophy degree is the highest degree awarded by the university. We offer special recognition in the program to the individuals who successfully completed their doctoral degrees this academic year. Professor Mike Townsend is the director of the PhD program. Professor Townsend, please come forward. And Professor Townsend will be assisted by Professors Lombardi and Zhang, who will have the honor of hooding our PhD students. Professor Townsend.
Thank you, Scott. Dean Testi, I'd like to begin by presenting to you Dr. Tanya Karwalki, whose dissertation is entitled Redefining Medical Tourism, a Legal and Qualitative Analysis of International Medical Travel from the United States. Dean Testi, I'd like to present to you Dr. Hurliana, whose dissertation is entitled Backlash Against Foreign Investment Regime, Indonesia's Experience. Dean Testi, I'd like to present to you Dr. Da-Young Jung. Whose dissertation is entitled Law, Brands, and Innovation, How Trademark Law Helps to Create Fashion Design Innovation. Dean Testi, I'd like to present to you Dr. Amira Parapurna. Whose dissertation is entitled The Use of Intelligence in Indonesian Counterterrorism Policing. Dean Testi, I'd like to present to you Dr. Titarad Sinlapa Piramsuk. Whose dissertation is entitled Compensation for Economic Loss Following an Oil Spill Incident, Building a New Framework for Thailand. Dean Testi, I'd like to present to you Dr. Sipim Wiwatwatana. Whose dissertation is entitled The Association of Southeast Asian Nations Patent System, the Adoption of Regional Patent Office in the Association of Southeast Nations. Dean Testi, I'd like to present to you Dr. Po Liang Chen. Whose dissertation is entitled Money in Taiwanese Politics, a Historical Analysis of Taiwanese Campaign Finance Law. And finally, Dean Testi, I'd like to present to you Dr. Mohammed Bashir Mobashir. Whose dissertation is entitled The Political Law and Ethnic Accommodation in Afghanistan, How the Institutional Designs Failed to Institutionalize Cross-Ethnic Coalitions.
Please join me in congratulating again our PhD. We will now move on to our JD program. The class of 2017 is chosen by nomination and ballot to honor 4 faculty members with the Philip Troutman Professor of the Year Award and the Faculty Excellence in Graduate Education Award, Professors Kalo, Mannheim, Porter, and Baldwin. They have the honor of hooding the JD recipients of the class of 2017. The names will be read by our Dean for Students, Brenda Williams, and Associate Dean Senna Knutson. Deans Williams and Knutson, please begin introducing our JD graduates.
Dean Testi, it is my honor to present to you JD recipients for the class of 2017. Jesse Nations. Francisco Alejandro Carriedo. Brian Wardlow. Roxanne Reese. Cedar Cosner. Harlan Meckling. Alexander Seidels. James Prescott. Julia Ann Day. Katie Gouldhammer. Ada Donalo. James Wong. Danielle Olero. Kira Jessica Johal. William Tronson. Robert Franceschini. Lindsay Brooks.
Samuel Dayheim. Catherine Eddy. Gina Top. Kirsten Groover. Gwen Way, also receiving an LLM in intellectual property. Bianca Lakai. Douglas Warren McManaway. Beth St. Clair. Cheerful Castro Catunau. Garrett Rutherford. Jeffrey Musto. Alexander Bullock. Andrea Lee. Allison Chen. Joel Hart. Stephen McKevitt.
Cody Ryan Mulliken. Thank you. Thomas Kwesi Okai Asari. Lena Brodsky. Gabriel Foster. Tyler Quillen. Also receiving an LLM in Sustainable International Development, Martina Cartman. Katie Ann Reed. Aster Kadani. Jessica Houston. Alexa Pulaski. Sophia Posnack. Travis Mann. Tadeo Beloso. Cara Campisi. Also receiving an LLM in Sustainable International, Development, Alexandra Pollock. Catherine Peterson. Aaron Carter.
Makehamson. Kelly Holler. Michelle Rusk. Caitlin Velasco. Shelby Stoner. Kevin Duffy Greaves. Bruna Estrada Fortinelli. Alize Bojani. Anna Rose Reardon Helford. Alyssa Fairbanks. Lara Hengelbrook. Joshua Parsdurka. Misha Nishiki. Camille McDormand. Danielle Meyering.
Sienna Danch. Nelson Lorimer. Jared Vermillion. Sean Leake. Cien Leo. Ming Yuan Song. Mackenzie Olson. Catherine Willis. Kieran Jossel. Taryn Jones. Kevin Eggers. Carly Elizabeth Bacon. Patrick Don. James Mullins. Michael Graves. Blake Risenmay.
Clive Puntussin. Zachary Gussin. Sawyer Marget. Eric Franz. Duffy Romner. Allison Glassenow. Greg Porter. Alfred Graham Keel Sunt. Matthew Hayes McCoy. Joseph Fitzgerald Hayes. Rebecca Claybach. Maxwell Lee. Bailey Mullins. Martha Muldowney. David Stieber.
Yeah, David.
Grayson Chester.
Benjamin Amdo. Oh, excuse me. We have a wrong setup here. Yeah, that's not right. All right, come on, Bob. Just tell me your name. Colin Glantz. He's not here. Ishida. Go ahead and just walk. Yutaka Ishida. Zoe Wong. Got it, here it is. Phoebe Wong. Sophia Velling. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I have it. Paul Wagner. Matthias D. Matthias D. Matthias Stieg.
That's the white one.
We're okay. Ryan Casey. Omar Contreras Goico. Benjamin Robbins. Osti Galina. Desiree Fair. Tiffany Georgievsky. Nisa Chopra. Rachel Yamini.
Hold on, I'm out of. Benjamin Amdahl, again. Marlena E. Cooper. Gwen Becker Bogus. Grady Hepworth. Jason Slaybaugh. Caesar Kalinowski. Kaylee Powell. Carolyn K. White. Kelsey Christensen. Hathaway Burden. Roz Barnea. Sean James. Bin Bong. Leah Salerno. Jordan Wada. James Shelby Miller III. Chelsea Maja.
Bradley Zentz. Grant Galatly. Olga Elizabeth Barajas. Jeffrey Reed. Andrew Perez. Caitlin Kelly. Valerie Walker. Jane Primack. Sophia Amberson. Elena Balliot. Sarah Erickson Mills. Julia Norwood. Ryan Jones. Lucy Infeld. Jamie Staten. On Nguyen.
Natan Tubman. Reed Danger Claridge. Upneat Sidhu. Jason Parfit. Taylor Halperin. Lou Lee. Colin Morrow. Jeff Bess. Waylon Poland. Andrea Brewer. Ellie Page. Jason Gelfand. James Carr. Nicholas Potter. Jonathan Royal. Okay, got it. Okay, Brooks Lindsay. Dean Testi, I present to you this very special Juris Doctor class of 2017.
In addition to our JD and PhD degrees, we also offer a Master of Law degrees in several subject matters. The LLM is an advanced degree for U.S. and international students who already hold a first degree in law. Leaders from each program will have the honor of reading the names of that program's graduates. As faculty director of the tax law program, Dean Testi, it is my honor to present its Master of Laws candidates. Where are my tax lawyers? Elliot Cornell Rivas. Alexandra Popova. Mark News. Eric Yui Yang. Sam Hampton. Daniel Newmeyer. Megan Rihanna Lowe. Miko Santos. Trent Morgan. Hiro Wukaksono. Aditya Wukaksono. Majid Baranos. Muhammad Ridlow. Natalia Morozova. Taro Kusonose. And in addition to these students, we'd like to recognize 3 others. These students received their JD earlier this evening and also earned in 3 years their Masters of Law in Taxation. So please stand as I read your names. Siana Danch. Yutaka Yoshida. And Minwang Song. Dean Testi, I present to you the taxation class of 2017. Professor Anita Ramasastry, Faculty Director of the Sustainable International Development Program, will now present its Master of Laws candidates.
Dean Testi, it gives me great pleasure to present to you these candidates from the most geographically diverse graduate program at the law school. The first 3 candidates for the LLM in Sustainable International Development are also recipients of the Bearer Fellowship. The next 2 candidates after that follow our Bearer Fellows are known as Trace Scholars. Okay. We have Adriana Ortiz Serrano from Colombia. Francis Kairu from Kenya. Yonida Dervishi from Albania. Sofia Kovac from Ukraine. Fiona Okot from Uganda. Our next candidate is a very special person who Natalia also just mentioned. Aissatou Jallow is originally from Gambia and is the recipient of the Husky 100 Award from the University of Washington this year for her work on behalf of women. Aissatou? Our next scholars are from Afghanistan. Our LESPA scholars, we have Zalmay Malyar, Afghanistan. Hijratullah Ikhtiar, Afghanistan. Gabriel Cantu, United States. Macarena Ramirez, Chile. Salome Stali, Switzerland. Francis Bain, Australia. Josephine Mavambu, Democratic Republic of Congo. Caleb Kasaye, Ethiopia. Tabitha Acosta, United States. Natasha Matthews, South Africa. Prema George, India. Jacob Stillwell, United States. Ludmila Appleby, Russia. Alice Mbatia, Kenya. Waini Mutisia, Kenya. Dita Liliansa, Indonesia. Masaki Itagaki, Japan. Zaolin He, China. Jurei Tian, China. Kosuke Tomioka, Japan. Arvian Setiaje, Indonesia. Our third LESPA scholar, Saeed Abbas Hashimi, Afghanistan. And Jeffrey Grant, United States. In addition to these students, we would like to recognize 3 others. These students who have already received their JD this evening have also earned the Masters of Law in Sustainable International Development. Graduates, please stand and be recognized as I read your names. Alize Bojani, Martina Cartman, and Alexandra Pollack. Dean Testi, I present to you the proud Sustainable International Development Class of 2017. Thank you.
Professor Robert Gamakayowicz, Director of the Graduate Program in Intellectual Property, will present its Master of Laws candidates.
Dean Testi, it's my honor to present to you the recipients of the degree of Master of Laws in Intellectual Property Law and Policy. Lourdes Pausa Manzanilla. Shi He. Gloria Chen. Tas Sasaki. Daisuke Yamamoto. Shoichiro Kajanami. Hao Zhang. Soumya Singh Chauhan. Yan Song. Elvira Herbert. Connor Power. Tisha Fields. Leslie English. Dean Testi, the graduates of the Intellectual Property Law and Policy Class of 2017.
Dr. Dana Rogrodsky, Director of the General Law LLM Program, will present its Master of Laws candidates.
Dean Testi, honored guests, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you the candidates for the Masters in General Law LLM. Yuni Lee. Ryusuke Takahashi. Shadeen Al-Munajem. Aida Joaquin Acosta. Sachiko Muramoto. Inchol Song. Mengji Zhang. Mira Chinchu Muhammad. Silvia Shilaji. Patricia Herrera Chavarria. Franaz Hussein. Cisse Kibre. Zebe Aman Shekol. Natalie Cheket Aular. Dean Testi, I present to you the General Law LLM class of 2017. Thank you.
Dean Testi, there are two special people that I failed to mention who also earned not only a JD, but an LLM in Intellectual Property Law and Policy. I would ask them to please stand. First, Kieran Jassel. And also Gwen Wei.
Professor Terry Price, Associate Director of the Health Law Program, will present its Masters of Law candidates.
Dean Testi, it gives me great pleasure to present these candidates. Eob Kebede Mengistu. Jonathan Littner. In addition to those students, we have another one to recognize. We have a JD student who also received her LLM in the same 3-year period. Phoebe Wang, will you stand? I present to you the Health Law class of 2017.
Professor Dongzhang Zhang, the Director of the Asian Law Center, will recognize graduates of the Masters of Law in Asian and Comparative Law and the Master of Laws in Global Business Law. Professor Zhang.
Dean Testi, it gives me great pleasure to present these candidates. Sealaman Mashkan Kalamzai. Habibura Rizapur. Fazal Lamawal. Jomana Bima. Azusa Telai-san. Yubin Liao. Yixuan Chen. The following are the candidates of the LLM degree candidates for the global business law. Chung Ming Chu. Majudit Hobaka. Teresa Ann. Jose Badizas. Cheng Yang Hu. Chisa Goto-san. Yoko Kai-san. Akinori Susaki-san. Takehito Matsumoto-san. Ms. Yu Fang Jin. Mr. Cheng Yu Shi. Dean Testy, I present you the Asian Comparative Law and Global Business Law class of 2017.
Our next group of graduates are from the Masters of Jurisprudence program. This is a program designed for non-lawyers who seek a deeper knowledge of law to respond to legal issues in a professional life. Their names will be read by Professor Patricia Kusler, Faculty Director of the Masters of Jurisprudence program.
Dean Testy, I present to you the Masters of Jurisprudence candidates for 2017. Gotta stay in the right century. Our class is incredibly diverse, not quite that diverse, but they range in age from 22 to 63, come from various professional backgrounds, a wide variety of ethnicities and interests, and these are just a few of the candidates who are coming forward today. Our first candidate is Christopher Kent K.K. Harris. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Everything you've done for me and the opportunities.
Arya Nazari. Sharice Brown. Maria Jose Cordero. Mali Valerio. Megan Way. Sarah Villegas. Shobei Wang. Carrie Holyfield. Simone Montez. Christy Dyes. And Drew Wilder.
Family and friends, please join Dean Testy, the faculty and staff of UW Law in congratulating each of our wonderful graduates. We have one more member of the class of 2017 to recognize. As many of you know, Dean Testi will be ending her term at the end of this month and going out into the world like the rest of our graduates. So please join me in thanking her and recognizing her for her 8 years of wonderful service to the University of Washington School of Law.
What a joyous occasion. This is an amazing celebration, and I want to tell you all just how proud we are of this class, and thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm going to ask that our family and friends please remain seated until the graduates have exited the auditorium. And graduates, if you would please remain seated just for a moment while the faculty can leave the stage so we can applaud for you as you come out. Congratulations, class of 2017.